Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. So Bhagavad Gita, as we discussed in our last class, is called Smriti Shastra. It is not part of the Vedas. So it is not Shruti. And Smriti is written for a period of time. Just like the constitutions of the country. Same constitution is not there, it is amended according to the requirement of the society. So, think of a book where the duties of individuals, duties of men, women, working class, children, everything is prescribed or mentioned. But when the society changes because of science, because of the force by which the society is governed, if you study any society, either the whole society behaves in a particular way, either the part of the society, some behind money, some behind power, some behind military. So, duties do not remain the same. As the time changes, for example, 50 years before, we never heard the name of a mobile phone. We never heard about computer. Now time is changed. What you and me used to do 40, 50 years before, we don't do it now. We do it differently, or we don't do at all. So, but having said that, that is part of Smriti Shastra, which is for a particular period of time. Still Bhagavad Gita is relevant. Bhagavad Gita is relevant because of its nature. Adi Shankaracharya, while writing, says that Bhagavad Gita is Sarva Vedanta Sarabhuta Sangraha. Bhagavad Gita is compilation of the essence of Vedas. So it has almost the same quality as Shruti Vedas. But since it was told to Arjuna, it was of much later period of time. And the backdrop of Mahabharata war. So if any time anybody has a conflict between Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, though there is no conflict, but if anybody finds conflict. So here, one important concept is there. As I told, we are not linked sloka by sloka or like that, but we concept by concept we study. So there is a new concept we are going to study, which is important. And in this age, Kali Yuga, incidentally without planning, yesterday with some devotees, this discussion was there. The concept of sannyasa, concept of renunciation. Now, first we understand renunciation. As soon as you hear the word renunciation, it is to give up something Some people will have to hate something. No. If you say, for example, we want to go to the temple, which is on the second story. Can you go to the temple without renouncing the first story? You cannot go. So your effort to go to the second story is renunciation. The first floor will automatically be renounced by you. You don't need to try to renounce. That's why renunciation has to be spontaneous, organic. You can't forcefully renounce anything. Your samskaras will not allow you to renounce anything. Swami Vivekananda writes in one of his poetry, as if there is terrible wind is blowing, which takes away whatever comes in its way. And that tornado or that wind is the wind of samskara. He says, Vahati Vipulavata Purva Sanskara Rupam. These our samskaras are very terrible. In Durga Saptashati, there is one shloka that the Maya, what is Maya? Maya is kind of spell. Maya is kind of, you feel compulsion. You know it is wrong, but you can't give up. Your desire, your samskaras will keep on doing that. So in Durga Saptashati there is a very interesting shloka. It says, Jnaninamapi chetansi, Jnaninamapi. Even the men of knowledge, wise people, learned, Devi Bhagavati, he saw this goddess, this Devi, Balad Akrishya, pulls him, Mohaya, and throws that being as if in the ditch of moha, delusion, ignorance. Mahamaya Prayachati. As if Divine Mother forces someone. Who is that someone? Who is learned, who is wise, jnani, man of knowledge. That's why you will find that sometimes a person is very respectable, very knowledgeable, very wise, but does a silly mistake. Why he or she does that? Is anybody interested to tarnish one's own name? No. But this desire, this ignorance, this inner samskaras compel you to do that. As if. And this is in every religion. In Christianity the expression is, oh, the Satan took over his mind. We say, Maya works in him. We have samskaras. What samskaras? Samskaras of identification with other objects. Other objects could be other person. Other object could be other place. Other object could be other concept, country, way of life, anything it could be. And we cannot give up our attachment with that. Generally, it is minimized into two. Your attraction for money or prosperity or that you consider valuable, your attachment for that. And secondly, your attachment for the opposite sex. These two are the prime two forces which works in every human being. When you read the Kathamrita or Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, every now and then he will say, renunciation of Kamini Kanchana. Kamini doesn't mean woman. Kamini is lust. Kanchana is greed. If you can be little free from these two, you will find that which doesn't allow you to practice spirituality or doesn't allow you to go to any higher path is these two, your lust and your greed. Around these two, the world moves. Go to the high school and colleges, boys are talking about girls, girls are talking about boys. Why it is so? This is how a human being is made of. This also is there in one of the scriptures, very famous shloka. God has created all the beings extrovert. Paranchi, extrovert. All the senses are extrovert. We want to see outside, we want to hear things from outside. We are not interested in inner voice or our inner existence. We are unaware about that. So we extrovertness. Why it is so? Why God created all of us extrovert? All of us without fail. Because of spiritual practice, because of understanding, some people a concept comes. See, this is little fineness to understand. You control your senses, you control your mind. Even if you are not able to control your mind or control your senses, at least have this concept that senses and the mind should be controlled. Yes, it is not in my control. But it is far better to have this concept that I am supposed to control my senses and mind. If I cannot do is one thing, but I do not have any concept of control. That's what happens in general when you find people commit mistakes in life again and again and again. And a time comes, in a way time is there, this is the time, where that extrovertness is taken for granted and the concept of control is kept aside. And the society accepts these norms that to be out of control is what we all are. What is there to control? And this modern time, even when we were young, this was not there. Now it is more. There are very common words are used. Absolute absence of control. So you behave like an animal. Difference between animal and human being is only this one. Human being, even if cannot control, have a sense that I should control. Animal doesn't have even the concept that it should be controlled. That's why animals, what they do, whenever, wherever, whatever they want, they do. There is no time for them. Do you have time for lunch and dinner, time for cows and dogs and all that? Yeah, if you have a pet dog, you are forced him to eat twice a day. Otherwise, in forest there is no time. They are programmed. They live life accordingly. Human being, we are given same qualities as animal, same role to play as animals, same way of continuing your existence of your species. Just like animal, there is no difference. But there is a sense is given in human being, a program to update yourself, to alter yourself, to control yourself. This is not for the animal kingdom. You don't hear a cow telling that I will not tell lie. You don't hear a dog behaving, oh today is Ekadashi, I am fasting. These things are not in animals. This concept cannot come in the animal. Hungry, eat. Thirsty, drink. Want to have pleasure? Anytime. There is no place, time, reason, nothing. Do it. When that overpowers human mind, then the animal propensities, animal behavior is accepted by the society, and that is very sad that the control is forgotten. You can control or not is a different thing, again I am telling. But to have a sense that I should have control, slowly illegal things are legalized because everybody follows illegal. Immoral things are accepted in the society that this is the norm. That's how the difference between one yuga and other yuga, that which was immoral once upon a time has become a norm now. That by doing which people used to feel shy, today it is done with pride. Very strange. And difference is hardly 3-4 decades. So, the concept of giving up something for the sake of higher things. You will find those who secure good positions in examination, most of them will say, no, this was a very important year, so I never went for a movie, I never went for anything, I concentrated on studies. To get something higher, you sacrifice, you renounce something. Actually, this is the root of what sannyasa means. Sannyasa is not this cloth, no. This cloth available in the market, you can buy. Continuous effort to go higher. That means continuous effort to give up that which is lower. That process, that lifestyle is called sannyasa. So I was talking to that group. When you see us that we are sannyasis, understand we are trying to be a sannyasi. You take admission in a college, So you behave as if you are part of that, but you are trying to graduate. You are not yet graduated. We say, these people are devotees. Not that you have become devotees, you are trying to become devotee. Because the quality of devotees mentioned in the scriptures, it's very difficult to match ourselves with that. There used to be one sannyasa, one kind of sannyasa. When you realize the truth, it was so automatic that you renounce everything. You don't need to try to renounce. That sannyasa used to call it Vidvat sannyasa. After realizing the truth, you lose all interest in this world. So you have no business in what people are doing. It is Swami Vivekananda who told us to sit or live within the city and serve the society. 100, 120, 130 years before, no sannyasi ever did any service activities. We have studied that. Not because I am monk of Ramakrishna Mission, so I am telling. Before Ramakrishna Vivekananda advent, monks did not serve the society. I stay in my matha. Every Sunday give lecture, you come, then you go. Not running this school and counseling and boys' home and hostels and dispensaries, and this started after Swami Vivekananda. Now, most of the mathas, traditional mathas, have started little. They don't do much, because that is not the practice. In a way, could be that there is a new time. So we means those who will renounce and become monks, have this rajas in them to do activities, and also temperament for renouncing or going higher. So both goes together. You serve and you lead your personal life. So here, the concept of sannyasa is discussed in Bhagavad Gita. What you give up, only you can give up your attachment. You can give up your desires. What externally you can give up. A grihastha also will take food, a sannyasi also takes food. A grihastha also sleeps, a sannyasi also sleeps. What is giving up? What is renouncing? Renunciation of attachment and renunciation of desire. Whoever can do that is sannyasi. Whoever trying to do is trying to be a sannyasi. So idea is this, that cultivating interest in higher things. And when you are convinced, immediately your behavior will change. We know, we read in the books. For example, when we were young, came in contact with teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, Mother and Swamiji. First time heard something, oh, is it so? Because of samskaras, within 1 or 2 years we were convinced, yeah, what they say is correct. I remember, this is not a big thing, but still, since it is of my own life, so I can say. As a young boy, I was reading the lives of disciples of Swami Vivekananda. In that, nice stories are there, how the young man came to Swamiji and then renounced. and became monks. So one particular young man came to Swamiji. And Swami Vivekananda was a very powerful personality. So he used to say many times many direct things. And he told to that young man, think, I need some money. And I have only one thing to sell, and that is you. So I will sell you as a labor in a tea gardens to earn some money. Are you ready to be sold by me? So that boy said, this life is yours. Do whatever you want to do with this life. To this boy later Swamiji told, many lives you have passed earlier. I have no interest in that. How many more lives you will have in future? I have no interest. I am interested in this life. Are you able to give this life for the sake of God, for the sake of others, for the sake of human being, to serve them, to help them? Previous life gone, future life will come. I have no control over it. I have control over this life. And when I read that incident, think of a 14, 15 years old boy, I said, what he says is correct. Let us give this life. What will happen in future, we don't know. And that young mind of 14, 15 years old boy got convinced with this idea that this life I want to give for this purpose. I will serve. For that, whatever is needed, you do. For that, you need to give up. Give up. For you to leave your hearth and home, do it. To give up other desires and comfort of life, give up. So this conviction comes. And it becomes natural for you to give up something. You can't forcefully renounce anything. The thought comes in your mind as a piece of information from books or lectures, and that idea gets convinced, and you start to act accordingly. You don't know the future. Now we are more institutionalized, so we know, okay, I am going to join this organization. But earlier time this was not there. Young boy will just walk out, go to the forest, go to Himalayas, go to the place of pilgrimage and live a life. But do all that is meant for others, serving people, talking to people, helping people. Now we are in an institution, so we do collectively work. But purpose is the same. So when Krishna is telling to Arjuna, one side, Krishna says nobody can live without karma. 1 second you cannot live without karma. You must perform karma, you must do karma. And one side, he is glorifying the renunciation of karma. So Arjuna has a doubt. So Arjuna says to Krishna, tell me one thing, don't tell me both the things. One side you say renounce the karma, another side you say no, without karma you cannot stay. Tell me one thing, what to do. So Krishna says, giving up karma and doing karma, both will help you. doing karma with detachment. Or either give up karma at all, completely. This little fineness is there. Okay, don't do anything. No connection with the people. Just go to Himalayas, go to forest, do tapasya, nothing to do with anybody. And other, you continue serving people, but with detachment. Here also you don't have any objective, no purpose, no material benefit or gain in doing karma. So it is as good as not doing karma from personal point of view. So he said, Sannyasa karma yogascha nishreyasaskara ubho. Both are sannyasa, giving up the karma, and karma yoga, that is doing karma with detachment, without expecting any result from the karma. Both are helpful. Both will be benefited. Both will benefit you. But karma yoga, that means doing karma with detachment, is better than giving up the karma. This one sentence took thousands of years to translate into action. Tayostu, tayo means between these two, karma yoga and karma sannyasa. Doing karma with detachment and not doing karma at all. Between these two, karma sannyasat, karma yoga vishishyate. Between these two, doing karma with detachment is better than not doing karma. Bhagavad Gita is there for 3,500 years. As a human being, we took so much time in understanding this sentence. 120, 130 years before, Swami Vivekananda not only interpreted, but told that, see, remember that Swami Vivekananda went to the last stone of India, Kanyakumari, crossed the turbulent ocean, 3 days stayed on that small island and meditated on India, that hundreds of monks, itinerant monk, Ramta Sadhu, many of them well versed in scriptures, how good it will be that these monks, instead of loitering, good karma sannyasa, they are not interested in any activity. But how good if they do karma yoga and help the society. It was in 1970s in Haridwar. In our ashram there was a temple was constructed, temple of Sri Ramakrishna. So our President Maharaj at that time, Swami Vireshwaranji, was there. And being Haridwar is a place where most of the denominations of Hindu monks, ashramas are there. All were invited with respect. And they came. So our President Swamiji, Vireshwaranji, was telling that we should give more and more time in serving the society. There was a time when society was needed for monks to get the bhiksha, to get food. Now the time has come when society needs monks to teach, not only theoretical, but also practical. Then there were questions. Many traditional monks told, but there is a lot of danger in that. Then he told, sitting alone in your own room, same danger is there inside room also. But it will be good that monks renouncing everything, renounce the attachment and be busy in serving the society back. You know what result came? That the traditional monk who never did no hospital or schools or anything, big mathas, big ashramas, huge acres and acres of land people have donated. One of them after some time came and told, Swamiji, take whatever land you want to take from me, I will give away and make a hospital. And today we have a 7-story, 8-story hospital on that bed, serving the people. No monk is salaried, no monk gets salary. Still they work. I have seen in Varanasi, I have seen in Haridwar and other centers, Ramakrishna Mission monks, others also, which I may not have directly connection with. 24 hours ready for any emergency call. I have seen. Night 10 o'clock the Swami just went to bed to sleep. 12 o'clock call came. Swamiji, there is emergency. Okay, coming. I washed his face and went again. Came and by the time sleeps, again 5 o'clock call comes. Swamiji, one more patient has come. For what he should be doing this? Is for this karma sannyasat karma yoga vishishyate. Such attitude that if my time can be used for the service of others, my energy is used, my body is used for the service of others, there cannot be a better tapasya than that. We had a monk passed away called Swami Muktananda, Banbihari Maharaj. I have seen him. When he came, his Guru, Mahapurush Maharaj, Shivanandaji told him, go to Varanasi, serve the patients. This young man came and learned dressing. All the wounds will be washed properly and put bandage and all that. That dressing he learned. I am talking about 1930s and 40s. Till late 80s, he was working 12-15 hours a day, standing and doing dressing to people. So much so, both the knees became stiff. He can't bend his knees. So when I saw him, his bed was so high because he will take support of the leg and put his leg like this. His legs cannot be folded. Knees are not working. But on face there was always a smile. So this Swami told, Swamiji, you retire now, we will do this job. So he used to smile. My Guru told me to serve. By your telling, I am not going to stop. And they used to say, there are two Shivas in Varanasi. One is Vishwanath Shiva, second is this Swami Muktananda. Gave his life for the patients. 12-15 hours a day, the body was completely destroyed because of service to others. But there was a deep satisfaction in his life. I have seen that at the end of his life, I have seen. how a person progresses. Let me give an example from Sri Ramakrishna. Shukadeva was passing, walking in forest or in nearby road, and some ladies were taking bath in the pond. When Shukadeva walked there, none of the ladies felt that a man is passing, so we have to hide ourselves. But after that, when Vyasadeva came, walking the same, all the ladies went down in the water. This is a small thing told Sri Ramakrishna says. Why? Shukadeva is beyond body consciousness. So when the people around him feel that he has no sense of a man or a woman or anything, even the tinge of lust is not there in his mind. So even there was no reaction from the ladies. But when Vyasadeva, such a great man, when he came, the women hide. Oh, he is a man, normal man. But Shukadeva is not a normal man. This Swami Muktananda, young girls will come. Any part of the body there is a wound, they don't feel shy in front of Swami Muktananda. Not he is a fatherly or elderly, no. The very sense that this man is above the sense of body. Automatically, no need to say, people don't feel that. Spiritual progress is very difficult to explain how people can progress. Just by doing karma, just by doing dressing and serving the patients, that man reaches the same heights which other monks may reach by doing meditation and prayer and puja and all that. This is what it is called karma sannyasat karma yoga vishishyate. Giving up karma. No, I have nothing to do with anybody. I go sit at the bank of Ganga and spend my life. Nothing wrong about it. God bless. Very few souls can do that. But think of those who came back to the society, served the society and attained the same. Or rather higher, we don't know. So, it is the attachment of your karma, desire for the results of karma, if that is renounced, then that becomes karma yoga. And that karma yoga is superior to not doing external karma. Till beginning of 20th century, hardly any monastic organization ever served. Swami Vivekananda called two of his disciples called Swami Kalyanananda, Swami Nishchayananda, and told, if you don't have money, just buy one pot of water, sit beside the road and give cold water to the passers-by. One of them knew homeopathy. Kalyananandji knew homeopathy. So he somehow managed, and from there he started giving medicines to people. Then what happens? People are suffering. At that time, remember, British are still there. Suck the blood out of Indians. People are dying on the street. And that was very common scene. That poor people are just corner of the street, suffering and lying down. Flies will be on their body and nobody to look after. This was there. These two boys, two monks, will bring these people into ashram, carry them literally and look after them. So the other sadhus, those who did not do this karma yoga, karma sannyasa they believed, they started calling them as a bhangi sadhu, or the scavenger monks. All the dirty patients are there, give them bath and keep them and all that. Long story. Then there was a huge, all the denominations of monks are gathered together, and there was a great monk at that time, big names are there, Mahamandaleshwar, called Dhanraj Giri. Dhanraj Giri is sitting and calling different monks. Everybody has come. So Dhanraj Giri is not starting the meeting. He said, 2 monks are missing. So they said, no, everybody has come. No, this Vivekananda's 2 disciples are not invited. So one who goes for inviting says, they are scavengers, they are bhangis. They can't sit with us. Dhanraj Giri says, if they don't come, this meeting will not start. Then this Kalyananji and Nishchayanji were brought from our center, make them sit beside Dhanraj Giri, and that conference started. That was the recognition that karma yoga is superior to karma sannyasa. And after that, most of the organizations, religious or so, started doing service to people. Now you will find building hospitals and dispensaries and schools and colleges and all that started. It was not there. It was first came by Swami Vivekananda's advent. We'll take it next again. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.